Hello, librarian Alex, and time for chapter 2, video 2 of Sputnik's Guide to Life on Earth. So we've got Prez in the new Stramoddy farm home with his foster family, and we've got this unexpected visitor who's called Mellows, which also happens to be Prez's surname. He's also got another name, I think we might find out in this chapter. Chapter 2 from that list. 28th of June, Annabelle's birthday. Now, Annabelle is the little kid in the family, in the foster family. One thing that made me feel good when I came to Stramoddy was the lists. They put lists everywhere. They had a shopping list on the fridge door. Whose turn is it to do what list on the kitchen notice board. Post-it notes about food on the kitchen table. A whiteboard with every single morning written on it. Empty dishwasher, feed chickens, turn out ponies, check gates, switch on cow crossing. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody who lives on a farm can tell me what that means, but I don't know what that means, the cow crossing. Maybe we'll find out. But that's the list of things that had to be done every single morning. It had a Sharpie stuck to it, so you could put a tick next to each thing when you'd done it. Grandad used to be a cook on a ship. I've cooked for kings and criminals on all the 7 seas, he liked to say. But one thing I know is life is like cooking. Before you start, make a list. That way you know where you're up to. He also says, make yourself useful. Life is like a kitchen. If you stand around doing nothing, someone is bound to spill something hot on you. Those first days, I didn't know how to make myself useful with chickens or ponies, but I did know how to empty a dishwasher, so I did that every morning. And checking the calendar reminded me of being back in Traquair Gardens with Grandad. So I did that every morning too. That's how I knew that the day after Sputnik arrived was Annabelle's 5th birthday. I've got another list here. Annabelle's birthday list. Number 1, friends arrive. 2, musical bumps or statues. 3, pass the parcel. 4, musical chairs. 5, presents. 6, food. 7, playing out. 8, cake. Sounds like a good list, eh? Presents. Oh, I didn't want to be the only one not giving her a present. The nearest shops to Stramoddy are about 1,000,000 miles away at Kirkcudbright. I thought I could make her a card and maybe find something in my backpack. That I could wrap up for her. I just needed some paper and scissors. The others were putting up a happy birthday banner in the kitchen and laying out bowls of snacks. The only one who wasn't helping was Mellows. He was sprawled on the couch with his hands behind his head. I noticed the scissors in his belt.
Want to borrow them?
He said. Oh, that would be good.
No problem.
Without even looking at me, he swiped the scissors out of his belt and he flung them across the room. They flashed through the air and stuck, shivering deep in the wood of the door, right next to my head. So like this way, actually. I held my breath.
I never miss,
he grinned.
unless I mean to. What are you going to give her?
I'm not sure yet.
Food. Everyone loves food. Just give her food.
She has loads of food. They're laying it out in the kitchen. There's a bowl of hula hoops in there that you could swim in.
Oh, let's go. Let's swim.
No, I've got to go and get her a present. He followed me up to Ray's bedroom. I keep everything in my backpack. I never unpack. I emptied all my stuff onto the bed to see if I had anything that would make a good present for little Annabelle.
You know,
said Mellows, looking out of the window.
This is an excellent little planet. You're crazy to think of running away.
How do you know I'm thinking of running away?
Your bag is packed, including your toothbrush. You might as well be wearing a "I'm thinking of running away from home" t-shirt.
But this isn't my home. I'm just a visitor. If I ran away, I'd be running back home. I keep my bag packed in case something goes wrong and I get sent back to Children's Temporary. Hang on. This is like we're having a conversation, but I'm not talking.
I'm reading your mind. If you won't speak, you leave me no choice but to read your mind.
You can read minds?
I can do things you haven't dreamed of. Can't you feel me in your head like someone is tickling the inside of your skull with a toothbrush?
That's exactly what it feels like. Stop it.
Oh, but I'm having such a nice time inside of your head. How about these? I bet Annabelle would love these.
Those are my underpants.
Oh, sorry. Such bright colours. I thought they were some kind of tortilla. Are you sure they're not edible?
They're definitely not edible.
What about this?
That's the chopping knife my granddad gave me. It's really sharp. It's exactly the same as his. No one's supposed to know I've got it. Give it back.
Whoa, look at these. Do you know the people in the pictures?
They're my Star Wars top trump cards.
Oh, I'd love to meet this guy. He looks so nice, all smooth and shiny.
That's Darth Vader. He's the incarnation of evil. Oh, you're a rotten judge of character.
I bet if I met him, I could find his good side.
He's not real.
How can you have a photo of someone who's not real?
He was jangling my set of keys with the Leaning Tower of Pisa keyring. They're the keys to the flat in Traquair. We'll be going back there as soon as Grandad gets sorted.
This?
A used train ticket from the time we went to Glasgow and got lost.
This?
That's Grandad's harmonica. He used to play it when he was all alone on the night watch up on deck. He was playing that when he spotted the iceberg. Mellows blew into it randomly. It squeezed and squeaked.
That, he said, is what I call music. Oh, can I have it?
No, it's Grandad's.
Okay. What's that?
That's my map. It's important. Put it down.
What's it a map of?
Places we went together when I was a wean. He drew it for me. Put it back. Then I had a thought. Hey, you rang on the doorbell yesterday.
Yeah.
But there is no doorbell.
That's right. I always carry a doorbell with me, just in case.
He rooted around in his yellow backpack and he pulled out an electric doorbell with lengths of wire hanging out of it. Right, so what else have you got in your backpack?
My backpack? No. You won't find a present in there. Everything in there is crucial to my survival or my research.
He rooted through my stuff and pulled out something else. Oh, that was a present ages ago.
A present? Exactly what you're looking for.
It was an old plastic lightsaber that Grandad got me the time we went to Glasgow. The kind with a plastic blade that telescopes out when you flick it. I'm not sure who says this. She'll love it. Let's wrap it up. I don't know if that voice is Mellows or Prez, not sure. It was a red one, like for a Sith or a Darth Maul. A green one, like for Yoda, would have been better for a 5-year-old, but that was all I had. By the time we went to bed that night, I wished I'd been more careful in my choice of lightsaber. Friends arrive. I'd never seen a children's birthday party up close before. On my birthdays, it was always just me and Grandad. He'd make a cake, usually one shaped like a pirate ship. I've baked cakes for kings and criminals in all the 7 seas. Make a wish and blow the candles out. He used to say that every birthday. Annabelle's cake was on a table in the corner. It was shaped like Angelina Ballerina. There was too much pink icing and it wobbled worryingly once Annabelle's little mates started tumbling into the room. "Everyone," said the mum when Annabelle's friends arrived. "This is Prez Mellows and this is Mr. Mellows."
Where did this lot come from? Have they had more children in the night?
said Mellows. "They're Annabelle's friends. Be nice to them." So Mellows shook hands with the nearest little girl. "Ooh!" she shrieked with happiness. And then the next one wanted to shake his hand too, and hordes of little Disney princesses were more or less wrestling with each other for the chance to shake hands with Mellows. None of them was even a tiny bit interested in shaking hands with me. Musical bumps, statues, chairs, etc. Then the music started, and the little Disney princesses started jumping around up and down in time to let it go, let it go. And then the music stopped, and they all stood dead still. "We're playing musical statues," said Jessie. "Want a shot in charge of the music, Prez? You just press pause or play, whatever you feel like." It was a chance to make myself useful. Mellows came and stood next to me.
This is just incredible, he said. What we have here is push-button children. Oh, how does it work? Are they robots? Droids? Hypnotized?
No, it's just a game. See, I press stop and they stop. I press stop and they stopped. I press play and they start. I press play and they started.
Can you make them go faster?
I suppose. I switched from Let It Go to Hakuna Matata. And the princesses all started jumping up and down like wallabies waiting for the toilet. Mellows grinned.
Perfect!
And then I slowed it right down to Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Jessie declared me the best musical statues DJ ever. I stayed in charge of the music for musical chairs and passed the parcel. Presents. Annabelle loved the lightsaber. She threw her arms around my middle and shouted, "Mum, I've got a magic wand!" "That's actually a lightsaber," said Jessie. "It does magic," insisted Annabelle. She kept shaking the blade out and tipping it back in again, even when they were eating their pizzas. "Great present, Prez," said Ray. One of Annabelle's friends, the one with the blonde ponytail who doesn't come anymore because of what happened next, pointed out that the lightsaber didn't work. "Given that it's a deadly weapon, that's probably a good thing," said the dad. Food, cake, etc. Now, even though they'd given Mellows plenty to eat, he still seemed to be mainly interested in food. He watched over the big bowl of hula hoops like it was a sleeping baby. And when Mum brought in the Angelina Ballerina birthday cake, you would have thought the cake was a massive magnet and his eyes were like little iron marbles. I really thought they would pop right out of his head. He was hypnotised by the cake. The mum spotted him licking his lips and said, "Prez, wee job for you. Would you take Mellows for a walk?" Take him for a walk? Why would I take him for a walk? Why wouldn't he just go for a walk? I think he's probably hungry and I don't want him near the food until the children have eaten. Just in case, if you know what I mean. I had no idea what she meant. Jessie came running up. I'll take him out, she said. I want to take him out. But Mellows wouldn't budge.
I can't believe you're going to throw me out when there's food. You know I love food.
Come on, Mellows, said Jessie. And then he won't move. She tried pushing him. I mean, pushing someone out the door. How is that manners? I didn't know what else to do, so I walked into the farmyard. Mellows followed me. Prez has got the knack, said the mum. Thanks for that, mum, said Jessie. One side of the farmyard is a big whitewashed barn with no windows. There, where they keep the tractors and the calves, there's a big grassy bit with a fence around it, full of chickens. Then there's a row of stables with those doors that only go halfway up. 2 of them have got ponies in, but they belong to the neighbours, so you can't ride them. You can give them carrots, though. And Jessie gets to take them out into the paddock in the mornings. Just now, the ponies were standing with their heads poking over the stable doors as if they were hanging them out to dry. Jessie ran past us saying, Mellows, come here, come on, come here, see. She went to the empty stable at the end and opened the door. Someone had cleaned the stall out. There was a massive tartan cushion in the corner, some kind of washing basket with a blanket in it, and a ball and a bowl of water. The dad was inside fixing a sign to the door with a drill, and some screws.
What do you think?
He asked when Mellows looked in. I think it's a stall with a cushion, a ball, and a bowl of water in. That's what I thought. And there's a picture here. So there's the basket and the blanket, the bowls, the ball. It's the stable they've cleaned out. Mellows took a deep breath.
Creosote, he said. A little tang of hedgehog whey. Chicken droppings. And WD-40. It's got good smells. It's earthy. It's masculine. It's very me. I love it.
It's all yours, the dad smiled. You'll be much happier here than in the house. You don't have to wait for someone to let you out if you want to run around a bit. Out here, you've got your freedom.
Wait, are they saying they want you to sleep out here in a stable?
Of course, said the dad. It's only temporary, until we find you a real home.
Temporary, whooped Annabelle, who had followed Mellows out and was now hugging my leg. Like Prez, she squealed, running back inside now.
What does he mean, real home?
Asked Mellows. You know, somewhere you come from, somewhere you live.
I live wherever I am. I live all over the place. Always moving, like your granddad.
How do you know about my granddad?
I know he was a sailor.
But he came from somewhere. He belonged somewhere.
I belong, said Mellows, to the universe. All of it. This stable or the back of Betelgeuse. It's all the same to me.
Look, said Jessie, I made this. She pointed to the sign that the dad had now finished screwing to the doorpost. It said,
Mr. Mellows,
in neat red letters on a piece of wood.
Oh, please,
said Mellows.
We're friends now. Call me Sputnik. Sputnik is my first name.
Sputnik? I was so surprised I said this out loud, like, Sputnik? Jessie stared at me. The dad stared at me. Then they stared at each other. And then they stared at me again. Finally, they said, Sputnik, both together.
Perfect,
Said Sputnik.
it's Russian. It means companion in English.
Are you saying his name is Sputnik?
Said the dad.
Only you did tell us it was Mellows.
I said, Sputnik, again. You've only said 2 words since you arrived, said Jessie. 2 words, and you've still managed to contradict yourself.
Well, if you say Sputnik, Prez, then, said the dad, then Sputnik it is. Maybe, Jess, you could make a new sign after the party?
Sputnik Mellows, I said.
Oh, said the dad, Sputnik Mellows. I see. Sputnik Mellows.
He said it a few times, like he was trying to taste it.
So he's got a first name and a second name. Oh, of course, he's got a first name and a second name. I mean, everyone has, yes. Sputnik Mellows. I like it, yeah. So you don't have to make a new sign after all, Jess. Just have to put an S between the Mr. and the Mellows. Mr. S. Mellows. See?
First time I've heard of a dog with a surname, said Jessie. Dog? What was she talking about? Dog? Who was she calling a dog? That's when it clicked. People pat Sputnik on the head. People drop food in his mouth. People tell him he's a good boy. They're amazed when he shakes hands. And now Jessie was on tiptoe, holding a chunk of chocolate high above Sputnik's head, saying, come on, boy, beg. Sputnik raised an eyebrow.
Why would I beg for chocolate? If I want chocolate, I'd go and buy some.
Sputnik, this is really strange and probably sounds really rude, but I think the whole family has mistaken you for a dog.
Ah,
Sputnik smiled.
that explains everything.
No, it doesn't explain anything. I mean, why would they think you were a dog?
Think about it. Humans and dogs share 90% of their DNA. Biologically, they're practically the same thing. Obviously, people are going to make mistakes from time to time.
Is that true? 90% the same DNA? That's bananas.
Humans share 50% of their DNA,
He said.
with bananas.
No.
Besides, he shrugged, I'm Sputnik Mellows. Sputnik Mellows does not care what people think.
But if you look like a dog to everyone else, how come you look like a human to me?
Because you
Said Sputnik.
You are the whole point of my mission.
Your mission?
Everyone in the universe has a mission. You are mine.
Wow. So that's the end of chapter 2. I don't know if you saw any of that coming. I didn't. So Sputnik looks like a dog to everybody else, looks like a person, but who's come from another planet, to Prez. They share the same surname. What is going to happen next? So next video will be chapter 3. I hope you're enjoying it. I think it's wonderfully bonkers. Bye.